Hello and Happy New Year to everyone. It's 2015, the year of greater things, bigger things, and nicer things. I believe 2015 is going to be a remarkable year in each and everyone's life. I thank everyone that saw 2014 with me. I want to thank family members and especially my sister. Today's her birthday. The third, I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank the people that saw 2014 with me. I pray and I hope that 2015 is going to be blessed, full of expectations, and expectations that will really be worthwhile. I know for my country, Nigeria, 2015 is obviously a remarkable year. It's the year of our elections. It's a decisive year also in Nigeria where they're going to be we're entering into an election year, and in February, just next month, there will be an election where we'll have to that will have the right to choose who's going to lead us for the next 4 years. And I pray and I hope for Nigeria that 2015 won't bring disaster. I want to talk about the election violence. It's been on for like 2007. There was post-election violence. There were states that suffered from it. Even people to up to date has not recovered from it. I want to really shun the Nigerian and the good-hearted Nigerian youths to shun violence in this 2015 coming elections. Let's just cease violence. You know, the life is in your hand. You are the future of tomorrow. If you choose to stop accepting violence as a mean of settlement for dispute and argument, you know, there's a court. There's every time there's an election, there's disagreement, disputes, um, like council that has been set to really like an avenue where you take all your grievances and everything there, and it will be settled amicably. So why don't you just, if you're being asked to like take up arm to protect the person you love, you see, after this election, I want to ask them how many people that you killed for the last election really comes to your house every day, sit with you every day. No, they are actually somewhere else, maybe either enjoying their money, or the ones that after the violence they ended up they didn't gain anything. I don't like the way the president has been saying it so far. No election, no position, nothing is worth the blood of anyone, because your position can't bring back the blood. Your everything you're doing can't bring back the life of anyone. Your life, the way you treasure your life, the way you treasure your own life, that's the way everyone treasures theirs. If before you're going to stand up and go fight or kill anyone just because of some election results that you're not agreeing with, just think about it. Why don't you just take a minute and check yourself that knife or match it yourself and see how painful is it? If it's not painful, then you can go out and kill others, because knowing that they won't feel the pain. But if you can take a minute or take some time to give yourself those pains, and if it's very painful, just imagine someone else taking those pains. So please, I want to show us youth, especially. The reason why I said youth, because you know old people can't go out, they don't have the strength. It's we the youth that need to shun election violence. We need to say no to post-election violence. We need to say this year, this election is going to be one of the great and peaceful election. We can make that stand. If you and I agree to refuse the bribery or the tippings of 1,005, 1,002, 2,000, whatever, for just a moment of violence, which is going to lead to great pains for many people. I was reading and I saw a man who owns a hotel, about 40 workers, was burnt down in Kaduna State. You know, it's really shocking. This post-election violence, which is always said no to it, you know, every time. Let us create a history. And in 2015, the youth refused to accept bribe or to do any post-election violence. And I also ask everyone, Vote on who you want. Vote on your trustworthy person. I know this is the time where everybody will be sharing rice. I don't know. Maybe some people still look for stomach infrastructure, but everything that goes into the stomach comes out. But the long-lasting things are the not stomach infrastructure. Please, we should look for an like a long-lasting infrastructural development. Your roads. You should look for roads. You should look for people who are credible enough to give you that vote. We should not sell our rights just for little bags of rice or wrapper. This wrapper will fade away. Those things won't last. But the road will be there. Your children will see it. The electricity will be there. Your children is going to see it. It's going to be the joy of motherhood. It's going to be like, yes, you took a stand to make this right. And also I want to really my point of call is for the country in 2015. For the country in 2015 is to look upon the petroleum oil theft. I want to really, it's a shame and it's a pity. Over eight decades, this theft, this petroleum theft has been going on. It's increasing by the day. Over 8 billion, $8 billion was lost in the past years, like in just 1 year, and is increasing by the day. Just imagine if we take a moment and look into this. There are ways to caution this oil theft. We all know the location of this oil theft. We all know where the pipes from the refineries are being tapped. There are places, I don't know. The leader right now is from the south. What are you doing there? How come the oil theft is still increasing? It's still on the high level. I know it's really shocking to know that even the leaders are also in part. This is money we're talking about. This is big area of aspect of money. I know it's really hard to really go fight those leaders, but we could take a stand. We could take a stand even from the oil sector, the big oil companies, like the Shell. What are you doing? It's not fair, I would say. If you go into the Niger Delta, if you go into the creeks, you see what adverse effect of this oil theft is causing into the land. The people are ignorant about it. They don't know. They just think maybe stealing a few pounds to just survive will help them. So how are we going to do as government? What's your role? You should go enlighten these people. These people are not old people. They are youths. Why are they stealing? Because they don't have anything else. An idle man is like his devil's workshop. That's what the devil uses. Because they're idle, that's why they go into the creeks to look for the pipelines. But if you can enlighten them, show them the adverse effect, this oil theft, because by stealing the oil theft, you're making like oil spillage into their land, and tell them what their children is going to suffer from it. And not just that, with that they're living, so look for an alternative livelihood. If you can give each, this 8 billion that's been lost is just lost into that region because of this oil theft. $8 billion because of oil theft. Nigeria will produce like 2.5 million barrels of crude, and out of that 2.5 million, 400,000 is lost in a year. 2.5 million per annum. Out of the 2.5 million, 800 barrel is lost in a day because of oil theft. This 800 is like it's worth about $8 billion. It won't cost you up to $8 billion to go into the creeks, enlighten those youths. It won't cost you $8 billion to stop a generational destruction, to give a long-lasting growth in that area. It will cost you $8 billion to get every youth enlightened. Bring out the youth, give free education, sponsor them. I know done a lot in the amnesty program, but go further. After the amnesty program, there's some people that really were not militant then, but they were just stealing. Obviously, they didn't have to do amnesty, but now give amnesty even to these creeks. I just want the federal government, I hope they'll hear and pass this information and get it, to go into the creeks, get every local government surrounded where the oil pipeline passes from the refinery and everything. Go there, take each youth from each family from the age of 40 below, educate them. To illiterate the ones that are doing nothing, find them, first of all, train them, skilled people. If they could, the shocking thing about these things is that they really know how to refine this crude already. This is what they've been doing. They'll tap it from the pipelines, go into the pipeline. They have a local refinery in those creeks areas where they refine it. That means they even have a bit about this petroleum. Educate them, give them the right skills. The right skills, we're looking for workers for the refineries. They could be one of those workers that could work in the refineries when we started now. The refineries, maybe they're not really there, maybe it's on progress. This $8 billion lost annually due to oil theft. We could stop it. In this 2015, we could stop it. We could go pick up a family, everyone from 40 below, give them the right education no matter the cost, take them to a place where they'll be educated, trained about the adverse effect, that they will be the one fighting oil theft in this area. Once they know, spillage of oil into the land, it has caused a agricultural destruction, like in that area, it's going to cost billions. Tell them, yes, they're getting the millions for now, but it will cost billions in the future to fix. Let them know. I'm sure if they know, they won't. I'm sure if they know that they're kind of getting wealth to make the children suffer. If they know right now they're kind of getting wealth to cause a lasting destruction to their area. I'm sure everyone has had. With the right alternative, even though they might not really get this much money they're getting through this oil theft because it's but the alternative and a good way, so we don't want to do that. So I want to ask the government, the oil workers and the top main oil workers there. You guys complain, they complain that they've been working a lot, they spend a lot of money on air patrols, surveillances, trying to sum up, what do they call it, joint task force to really go on and scaling this effect. But first of all, start with this. Go into the creeks. Get every family from 40 below, get everyone registered into a database. It could be the creeks area association or something. Get into a database. Everyone has a livelihood, everyone has a training, everyone has a skills. Have a skill, give them education. They will learn by themselves how to refine the skill in a more legal way and get them employed. Make sure everyone, as long as he's gone through the training, wherever you want to take them, abroad or within, and also get them paid. Get them paid for going to school. Pay them for going to school. Yeah, that's how good. It won't cost you this $8 billion that get lost annually. $8 billion cost us from our from the cost in the Nigerian government yearly, because because the money is being lost through oil theft. And to divert this money into something else. How? You could cut this loss by making sure every youth, you see, if they are well and gainfully busy with their time, they won't steal. Get them registered, get a database for them, give them education. And again, for the top buyers, go out, get them. It's simple. Once you educate them, these people will fetch out the people that they sell this oil to. And the stupid thing about this thing, the people are there in Abuja, politicians, some politicians, this is where they gain from by stealing oil in the Niger Delta, spoiling other people's land, paying people to even guide them, other people when they're going to steal. After doing that, then you start talking about a task force to cut those people that are not in the area coming from another area to steal. Then those task force could do it. But even the people who haven't been gainfully and legally employed, being paid to go to school, being paid to learn, being paid to be educated, and having a bright future that as they finish, they're going to be employed in a refinery, which, because I'm very sure so many refineries are unbuilt, like are going on. Have those, they want to have a future. I'm sure they want to have a future. If you give them a future, they won't do those, risk their life in spilling their land, causing generational and future destruction in their land. They won't do it. So this is my point of contact. This is what I would call a New Year message. As I wish Nigeria New Year, Happy New Year, and prosperous New Year, I want to please ask the government and the right people to look into this. It won't cost you this 8 billion to get every youth registered, censored, given an ID card. With that ID card, they could get things being done. They could get free transportations. And again, with that, it will caution your fight against this. And again, I'm talking about now on the pipeline itself. Yeah, the government, they've been doing a lot of things. Why don't you just do simple things? Simple things. Get a censored pipe. In in this life, I've learned there's nothing that is impossible. There's a censored pipe, a pipe with a sensor that's going to be connected all through the creeks, and change the pipes. It won't, it won't, the oil business is a very varied and big business sector, and you're playing with it. Get a censored pipe. Make sure every pipe is being censored. If there is a breakage somewhere, you don't need to start looking for it. You just get it in instantly. Yes, there's a breakage somewhere. You just send your men out there to either fix it, and the task force is going to be going after breakage. Fix it and replace it with another censored pipe. Then you'll be knowing when. You don't have to be spending money with the surveillance jets, buying jets to be surveilling the area. Just get those few little things in place. Get a censored pipe. The pipe is going to be censored. If there's a touch on it, from your radar, you see it because it's well censored and well wired. Things happen. If you can map out like a building everywhere, if you open the door, it's been censored. Talk less of a pipe. Just from each end to another end, all around censored. It's going to cost, yes, but it's going to stop it. We're talking about lasting effect. We're talking about lasting decisions. We should start taking long, future and long-lasting decisions, not just temporal things. The air is the everyday, every minute they'll fly. No, we should save our land. We should save. You put laws and legislative laws. I don't think these oil companies they're doing like the utmost best. Their own is just they're concerned about their business, take the oil and leave. The government, you have the right. It's to put laws and legislative laws. They could pay the area. Most of these things that I talked about, the employment, about the youth from it, they could sponsor. Yes, because they are the ones taking the oil. They could sponsor. They bring sponsorship, force them to sponsor these youth on trainings and more trainings, that even the children not yet born in those areas, they know, yes, the parents know, yes, there's a long lasting solution for them. Help them. You're taking oil from them, you're creating revenues from them. Yeah, I know, yeah, it's Nigeria, but it's a particular place also. Yeah, I'm from like the southeast among the Niger Delta. Yeah, I land my state also is having oil. I'm from Imo State. But I'm not saying this because I'm from the state. I'm just saying this because I'm passionate about this whole thing. I want to see a 2015 where this oil theft will be reduced to the barest minimum. I want to see a nation where we no longer cry about oil theft. Instead, we're crying about other things. I want to see a nation that in the Niger Delta, their people themselves are fighting this oil theft by themselves. Those are the things I want to see in 2015. I want to see a violence-free election, as I said earlier. Petroleum and oil theft. Look for the buyers, investigate them, because some of these things are sold outside the shores of Nigeria. We have brilliant security agency. We have brilliant intelligence agency. We should be able to cushion these things. Get the perpetrators and all those big sellers that sponsor youth with guns and everything to go steal so that they could have something to sell. Get them into book. Or threaten for a stop. If you can put them into book, because I don't know. These are the things I want to see. I want to see with this buoyant and flamboyant power sector, because due to this much awaited privatization of the um, generation and like the transmission and generation sector of power that been privatized. Like, I want to see much work. I want to see 2015 where the oil theft is reduced. I want to see 2015 where our power sector has been really great, at least to a level of stability. I want to see 2015 of economical breakthrough. I want to see 2015 where Nigeria is fully non-oil dependent. I want to see 2015 of agricultural development. The last video I stated it, I love agriculture development. I want to see 2015 when Nigeria really meant what they say when they're saying from 2015 we'll put more aspect or avenues or more interest on non-oil sectors. I want to see it in 2015. I want to also speak on a general aspect, an individual level. I know it's another great year. I know that's what they call New Year resolutions. I want to see each and every one. Don't depend on what other people say or what other people think about you. You are your own person. You're on your own. You're an individual. You should listen to yourself. I want to see everyone put God first in everything they do in 2015. No, we can't do anything on ourselves. We can only do things so Christ will strengthen us. But how can we do it? By putting Him first. I want to please ask everyone to be more, not religious, but godly. Religion isn't, it's like people could be religious and everything. Those are the Boko Haram, they're claiming to be like defending the Islamic sect, and obviously I'm pretty sure the Islamic religion is not like that. So I'm not looking for religious people. I'm looking for godly people. People who know that bad is bad and good is good. You don't need a soothsayer to be. You don't need to be more religious than others to know this. I want to see people who will lay down their life for God to take control of it. I'm saying this to myself also. As I always say, these are my thoughts and my views. I want to really like the comment and everything I got last time in the last video. Yeah, you know yourself, you talked about, yeah, gave me fact and gave me proof. Truly, before I come up to say anything, I have my fact and I have my proof. When I talked about the electricity, about the 5 decade, there have not been any improvement until now. I meant it. If you think I'm lying, you should go to NEC, this electricity regulatory commission, asked for Nigerian current generating power like whacked right now. You see, like you really know that it's not up to like the 15,000 that the government and the president estimated then when he was entering into power, but it's something thrice the number we've had in 5 decades. Yeah, even about the economy. Yeah, right now it's no soothsayer. I wonder why you're still looking for like evidence when it's obvious it's over in the news. Nigeria is kind of the leading economic, fastest growing economy in Africa right now. We don't need a soothsayer to announce this. So really, thank you. You can put more views and comments. I really appreciate them. The critics, thank you. But for me, once again, I say Happy New Year. Wish you all the best. I wish every good thing in life for everyone. I'll leave you guys with God bless you. Amen.